But I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
Which is the first commandment of all?
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might, and with all thy strength. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Master, thou hast said the truth. There is one God, and none other but He. And to love Him with all the heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself, is more than all the whole burnt offerings and sacrifices.
Thou art not far from the kingdom of God.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and He separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness He called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. The first day. The first day.
Is the earth flat or round? It's flat. It's flat.
So tell me, Neil, is the earth flat?
The earth is flat. The earth is flat.
What are some of the easiest ways that you can prove that the earth is flat? That's a hard thing for me to even start talking about because there are so many proofs that the earth is flat. That's a hard thing for me to even start talking about because there are so many proofs that the earth is flat.
Over 4 hours, the globe predicted that the focal pendulum would deviate 34 degrees after so-called pendulum inside this building here does not show the rotation of the Earth. Now let's go in and have a look, shall we? Now, much to my surprise, I didn't even have to wait 4 hours to prove my claim. The museum had already proven it for me. After being absolutely inundated by people's phone calls and emails asking why their Foucault pendulum does not work, the museum had no other choice but to go into damage control and close their exhibition.
We're bringing Columbus Day back. It's so back. We love Christopher Columbus. They want to take him away from us. The radical leftist woke mob, and they want to take him away from us, but he is so great. I love him. The Italians love him, even though he's from Spain. He's from Italian. I don't know where he's from. But he is so great. He invented America. He got in a little boat. He paddled in his little boat, and he found America. He thought it was India. He was very confused, but he was so great. And he was brilliant, by the way. He made very good deals with the people there. He made very good deals. He said, I will kill all of you or you can leave. I think that's a great deal. I like that deal. It sounds so great, and he was so brave. And he brought back smallpox in little blankets, just like RFK Jr. is doing. He's doing a great job. And we're giving smallpox blankets to everyone, by the way, because it's fair. And you know what? You look at the illegal immigrants coming into our country, and they kill people, and they're violent. But not Christopher Columbus. He killed everybody equally.
For goodness sake. Yeah, nice one for that, Luke. Luke says, can we have this in the intro instead of Harry Martin? Says, yeah, no problem. Then Vicky comes in and says, hello, people, right in the middle of the bloody intro.
I didn't know.
I'm like, shh, intro. How you doing, babe?
I'm good. I forgot that they were coming out to do an asbestos check today.
And they did.
I know, but I've got asbestos in my house and in my garden.
Yeah. Links at the top, Luke, if you're coming in. I'll start off with, obviously, Jimmy and this. I always do, just while people come in. So we'll start off with Jimmy and this observation after I say hello to everybody. And then we'll get into it, Luke. Then we'll get into it. So let's say hello to everybody.
Turn that down. I think Banner timed me out by mistake this morning.
Yeah.
I'll forgive him. I'll forgive him.
Banner timed Vicky out. What did you say in the comment?
I just put Jamie Sea Levels link in.
Oh. Yeah, you'd be good with that. I think it was definitely a mistake.
No, I know.
Try to click it. You'll be in about 10 minutes. No problems, Luke. So what I'll do, Luke, then is the timestamp you gave me from 8 minutes 40 to 40. So will I just play that today? Because that's the part of Zeitgeist that was that they said that Jesus was plagiarized and stuff like that. So shall I just show that and we'll react to that today and then show the debunk tomorrow? Because there's no way we're going to get it all done today anyway, because there's like 30 odd minutes of Zeitgeist to watch and then the 13-minute debunk as well. So shall I just start off by playing the Zeitgeist, the part of the movie that says it, and we'll just react to that. Right, nice one, Luke. That's what we'll do. Cool. Right, but in the meantime, let's do a gym observation after I say hello. Did I say hello to everybody? I didn't, did I? Do you want to do it, babe? Go for it.
I can't. You'll have to do it.
Oh, you can't? Okay, cool.
I can't because I'm doing what I was meant to do yesterday.
What do you mean? Huh? What?
I'm attaching. I'm emailing.
Oh, okay. Weirdo. Right. Jono was first. Good to see you, Jono. Jono was second as well. Good to see you, Bazda. Bless, bro. Jimenez in the house. Good to see you, man. Chilling. Always a pleasure, brother. And also got Luke, the co-host for today. Good to see you, man. And totally Luke's project, by the way. This is it wasn't my idea, it was Luke's. And I forgot about Zeitgeist, to be honest. I remember watching Zeitgeist back in it was after 2007 I seen it. And I remember it being like, yeah, really good this is. And then it comes to the part of Jesus, like, Jesus not been plagiarized. He's just been taken from other people. He's probably not even real type of thing. I'm like, what? No way. It kind of gutted me because the rest of the movie was all right. But anyway, Paul, good to see you, bro. What else? Shit, I think everybody's been said. I think that's it. Yeah, there's two parts. There's obviously the part of the Zeitgeist movie, because the Zeitgeist movie is long, but the part we need is from 8 minutes 40 into, I think you said 40 minutes. Let me just see the timestamp you gave me. From 8 minutes 40 to 40 minutes. So that's 30. That's pretty much 31 and a bit minutes of so yeah, we'll do that and just react to that and then do the debunk part tomorrow. Right, cool. That's what we'll do. Start off with Jim then. Let's do a Jim observation first and then get on to it. Jimmy boy, good to see you, and always a pleasure to play your observation.
Enos.
Always in the house.
Babe.
Yes.
Does that have to share on Google Drive?
What? No, you don't have to share it on Google Drive. Why?
Because it's
all you
too
need to do
big
is
to send
attach
in
it.
an email.
Say again.
It says it's too big to send in an email.
Did it say that?
Yeah.
Well, I used to send an email to Barbara. Are you doing it through your phone?
No, I'm on the laptop.
What, and you've tried to send an attachment?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to have to do it through Google Drive then, babe.
Yeah, but I don't know how.
Well,
That there be the problem.
I can't remember none of this myself. I ain't done it for ages.
Uploading one item.
What do you mean one item?
I've got to upload it to Google Drive.
Yeah, do that, and then when you get the link for Google Drive, you just give them the link, and they download it themselves.
Well,
otherwise they just go. Otherwise they get a downloader, get the link from your channel, and download it that way. It's simple. That's how I download my things. Just a downloader. I get the link from the channel. I'm not on YouTube Premium. I use downloaders and download people's videos. They can do it that way, babe. If it comes to it, it shouldn't be all on you to do it. You know what I mean? Especially since you don't know how. But yeah, with Google Drive, you just pass them you get the link for it. Once you do the Google Drive thing, because you'll have it, you must have a Google Drive. You might have to make it up. I don't know. It'll tell you how to do it, babe. But
no, I've got one, apparently.
Well, then you send them once it's done, you send them the link for it. Or whatever. It'll tell you whatever you're trying to do. But if not, then they're just going to have to download it themselves. And all they do is get your link for the video, stick it into the downloader, and download it that way. It's simple. I can give anybody a downloading link, whatever. It's not hard. It's really not. It's how I do my videos every day, babe. And I'm not on YouTube Premium.
Well, it's downloading. So
well, there you go. That's right. But you'll have to give them the link anyway. Right. So
hi, Sandro. Hi, Kim.
Good to see you, Sandro. Good to see you, Kim. Right. Jimenez. Ooh, got some new ones. What's this? Orion Candy. Star and Fix. Oh, Heron Works Venus. 8 minutes longer, so I won't play that one. Oh, they're all 8 minutes bloody long.
I'm surprised that man that come to check for asbestos didn't run away when I answered the door.
I'm playing this one because it's got no views. The first one.
I was still in my jams.
So how do you use now? Oh, there you go, look. Get that.
Thank you, Lumpy.
There you go, look. You can see my bloody subs are going down again. There you go. 602. I was 605 again. It's the same every day. I don't see this happening in Rumble at all. At all.
I lost.
Two.
I lost about 8.
8?
This week, yeah, because I went right back down. And then I went back up and then back down again.
Yeah. The watch heads.
I think so, Lumpy, because alcohol's legal. Like, you can buy it anywhere.
Yeah.
I tell you though,
But
last night I'm still like, whoa.
yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good. It was good stream. Fantastic stream there.
I know, but it was like when we asked if people wanted to do it again in chat, and they were like, yeah, and I was like, wow. So it's to me, it says that everyone needs to talk about it more.
Yeah, of course. But no, it was a good stream.
I loved it.
You had 100 views this morning on the last chat.
I said to you, didn't I? I don't care if I'd have got no views, because it was about all the people that were there in chat, the people that were in talking and that.
Aye.
That's what it was about.
Of course.
Hi, Vlad.
You got 107 views in it so far.
Aye.
Oh, bloody wrong one.
I think we're going to do it every 2 weeks and see how we get on.
Nathan, I tell you what, I'm just looking at Nathan Oakley's he's live now, and I'm just looking at his thumbnail. Look, he's certainly thickened out, isn't he? I mean, he's gone from being skinny to like he looks a bit, because he's got shaved hair and all like that. He looks a bit romper stomper like now, doesn't he? But he's certainly thickened out. He's certainly broadened out in that, because he used to be really skinny. But yeah, he's certainly thickened out. Anyway, sorry, back to Jim.
But no, I like Sandro, Mike, Ryan, and you all came on, and it was really good.
Oh no!
What?
It's sitting short season. It's got to cause havoc. Oh well, I've got to be there though.
I might give it a miss.
I understand why he's doing it. But there's got to be trouble in chat tonight, guaranteed.
Oh yeah, it wasn't Sandro, but it wasn't me was in, not Sandro. Even though we all called him Sandro. Yeah, I won't be coming in tonight.
I don't blame you, but I'll have to be there, obviously.
After last night, I'm just not.
Yes. Fine. You don't have to bring other people's topics into ours, babe. Like other streams into this.
All I said was after last night. No.
I know, but just exactly, we don't have to mention it. So.
I could do with an early night.
You could do. I didn't see Vlad in chat.
I said hi to him.
I thought you said boy. Did you not say boy? I thought you said
no,
boy.
I said
Vlad. Because I'm sure I said hello, boy, after you said it. Oh, good to see you, Vlad. Didn't realize it was you. Sorry, I wasn't in the YouTube side. I was looking through stuff.
Hi, Plain and Simple Truth. Thank you for coming last night.
Yeah, it was a decent stream. I think you had a brilliant stream last night. Put link in if you haven't seen. Put link in, babe.
It wasn't my stream. It was just on my channel.
Vicky and Ryan's stream.
I need to add the other names to it, really.
What do you mean?
Because it wasn't just my channel. It wasn't just mine and Ryan's, was it?
Yeah, like if you try and do an email and it's too big for it, it sorts it out for you. It tells you how to do it, doesn't it? So yeah, you should be able to do it that way. Because like I say, I used to send it to Barbara, all right, through email. You know what I mean?
Hello, Matt.
Good to see you, man.
Evening.
Afternoon.
Evening, afternoon, morning, good night, wherever you are.
Bonjour, au revoir.
Galinita,
Au revoir.
Galinera, Galispera, Diganes, Deherede.
I put the link in for the stream, last night's stream.
Aye, good. Cool. Galimera, Galispera, Galinita.
I lost my most famous subscriber,
Who? Who?
Mr. Brian Stavely.
Well, is he unsubscribed from everybody, is he?
I don't know, but he's no longer there.
It's probably
It's all right, though.
not intentional. It's probably YouTube that's unsubscribed him, babe. It's probably
No,
not
I
him.
know. I know that. But it's
Unless
okay,
he's
though.
unsubscribed from
Because
everybody because he's totally off of YouTube, and even Rumble when he put that one that little video on Rumble to tell people how he was doing and all that. Kind of thought that was the final. We haven't, and I put a comment in his video and he didn't even answer to it. So yeah, he's probably not even checking anymore. He's probably just sick of it. He did enough on YouTube, didn't he? He did the 9/11 thing. He did well. Brian Stavely did brilliantly, I think. He probably just got sick of it. I mean, the amount of trolls that he got as well. I mean, through the whole thing. Man, he was just putting the truth out there. You know what I mean?
look, people are a-holes.
Yeah, I found all you guys through Brian.
Yeah.
You and Flatsoid and Sov and
Yeah, through
Roger
Brian.
and Vlad. Well, it's sort of one by one. I found everyone, and so I'm very, very thankful. It's a shame we don't see him anymore, but he's into real estate, and when you get into real estate, when you first start, you have to really go hard, or else you're not going to make it. So I assume that's what he's doing, and good luck to him. And we might see him again in the future when things are rolling a bit for him.
Absolutely. Fantastic.
Hi, Buzzer.
See, Vicky got starstruck when Brian Stavely subbed to her. Brian Stavely subbed to her, so she got starstruck.
I did. No, I really did. And I had to go and check that it was actually him. And then, funny enough, Roger was in chat that night and he said, no, he was in voice, weren't he? And he said, Brian, Brian was in with us this morning, and Brian went, yeah, no, that wasn't me. And I felt a bit bad for Roger.
Nice one. Nice one for that, Jam. That's finished.
Yeah, I really miss his Mandela effect stuff. No one did it like me.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Tell you the amount of time he streamed as well, like, wow.
Yeah.
He really did work his ass off.
Oh, yeah, he did. Without a doubt.
All that matters is he's happy and healthy and loving life.
Yeah,
That's it. Before we go on, I'll just put up what I did put up in the intro, but just people that's coming in didn't hear it. Let's just do it quickly. It's only a minute long.
We're bringing Columbus Day back. It's so back. We love Christopher Columbus. They want to take him away from us. The radical leftist woke mob, Antifa. They want to take him away from us, but he is so great. I love him. The Italians love him, even though he's from Spain. He's from Italian. I don't know where he's from. But he is so great. He invented America. He got in a little boat he paddled. In his little boat, and he found America. He thought it was India. He was very confused, but he was so great. And he was brilliant, by the way. He made very good deals with the people there. He made very good deals. He said, I will kill all of you, or you can leave. I think that's a great deal. I like that deal. It sounds so great, and he was so brave. And he brought back smallpox in little blankets, just like RFK Jr. is doing. He's doing a great job. And we're giving smallpox blankets to everyone, by the way. because it's fair. And you know what? You look at the illegal immigrants coming into our country and they kill people and they're violent. But not Christopher Columbus. He killed everybody equally.
That's good. I wonder if that's the same dude that went on Solves. No, like that guy was really good. That guy was really good.
That his name is Justin Nemos. If you want to sub to his channel, he's a stand-up. Actually, he's very good stand-up. But everyone always wants him to do Trump.
Actually, I'll get his link.
Sure
that was downloaded, so I'll get his link in here that you gave me. So people.
Are you sure he wasn't the one that did it on Solves?
Well, who knows? He's pretty good, and that guy on Solves is pretty damn good too.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Chilling said, "Now you're stuck with people like me, with Egypts like me." Do you know what though?
This is the link that for that guy there for this actual video that we just seen. That's the link there, guys.
It's Austin. Sorry, I don't know. I got the name wrong. Austin Nasso is his handle.
Yeah, Austin Nasso. I just see it there. Yeah, that's the link, guys.
Yeah.
Chilling, I've got to change what I said in chat because I said I love all my subscribers, even the loopy ones, except Brenda and AA. I don't love them.
Well, you do through choice and grace. It's a love choice. Like it's not a feeling, babe. So you have to choose to love. Whether you don't like them or not. You can still not like them but love them. You know what I mean?
I'd really like for them to unsubscribe to me because I really don't like them. And I have asked them multiple times.
Yeah, they just don't. Same as like Brenda debates is with he's with me on Rumble. Never turns up. Never turns up. Don't get any hassle from it or anything. But on YouTube, yeah, absolutely.
Brenda's still debating himself on whether he's a man or a woman.
Well, you know what he is. Right, so let's get this video up. 8 minutes 20 in, yeah? Where is it? The Zeitgeist 2007, yeah.
Just a bit of background, mate. So,
okay, go.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Go for it.
Yeah, so this I don't know how many people in the chat or who are watching have seen this, but this was a film that woke me up.
Yeah.
To things like the banking scam and wars and 9/11 and all that sort of stuff. And but at the same time, it sort of this was the ultimate gatekeeping operation.
It was like a gaslight. It was like a gaslight while telling the truth at the same time. It's weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was floating around with my spirituality at the time. But the anti-Christian stuff, I was just wide open for that.
Yeah.
And
of course.
And I think still today, nearly 20 years later, you've got two types of so-called truthers. You've got truthers who believe in that day in September and Mandela effect and flat Earth and that stuff.
Yeah.
Who believe in a creator, and a lot of Christians as well. And then you've got an other side that hates God, wants to be atheist, but still wants to be truthers, like an Eric Dubay, for example.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we still have that divide today. And when I listen to truthers, first thing I want to know is, bare minimum, they believe in a creator, and best case scenario, they're a Christian.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
And then, because you'll see truthers who've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, maybe a flat earther or whatever. And you'll often find the ones who have the big subscribers are not Christians.
That's in general. In general,
like someone like Flatsoid should have 500,000 subscribers.
Exactly.
It's obvious why he doesn't.
Yeah, and while his analytics are saying his subs are going up, his count is actually going down. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't notice these things on Rumble. Like my followers stay the same. They either stay the same or go up. I've never seen my followers go down except when I lost a full channel in Rumble, obviously. But in general, they just stay the same or go up. YouTube, I'm up, down, 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 up, down, up. It's crazy. I can't.
Now,
6 or something.
I will qualify it. You will see people, so-called Christians, who can have lots of subscribers. They will be normally part of a workspace mainstream religion, like they'll be like Catholicism, or the mega church people. But for me, they're not real Christians, or someone who's a workspace creationist, workspace salvationist, where they're pushing you're going to work for your salvation, as opposed to just trust in Jesus.
Exactly.
So,
Sandro, how you doing, man?
I'm really good. You?
Yeah, all good, sir.
Matt.
All good.
Vicky.
Hey, Sandro.
But yeah, I haven't watched this film in ages. Obviously, we're not watching it all. We're watching it from 8 minutes odd in. I suppose we'll just do what we do, react to it, get this part done, and then we'll do the debunk tomorrow. Because there's no way we'll get the debunk done today, that's for sure. Okay, let's just do it. We are here. Let's change this to circles, get a bit more vision. Hopefully the volume will be okay. I've downloaded it, so hopefully. Yeah, volume's good. So about 8 minutes 40, did you say? To 40 minutes.
Yep.
8:40. There we go on the dot. Oh yeah, you're right. So those are 8 minutes of an intro.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, let's do it. Same sideways this one. Might as well just go full.
The more you begin to investigate what we think we understand, where we came from, what we think we're doing, the more you begin to see we've been lied to.
Oh, Jordan Maxwell, I know you guys kind of a lot of people put me on to him to do with the law of the land, the law of the sea, and all that kind of thing. But he's really, he tells a load of crap when it comes to other things, doesn't he?
Yeah. Again, a lot of truth, but he's a gatekeeper.
Yeah, I would say Jordan Maxwell's a gatekeeper. But when I first got introduced to him to do with the law of the land and sea and all that kind of thing, I thought, yeah, he sounds good. But then I've seen other things on him and he's totally talking bullshit. So yeah, exactly like you say, gatekeeper. They'll tell the truth and then gatekeep the other truths. Right? Let's do it.
We've been lied to by every institution. What makes you think for 1 minute that the religious institution is the only one that's never been touched? The religious institutions of this world are at the bottom of the dirt. The religious institutions in this world are put there by the same people who gave you your government, your corrupt education, to set up your international banking cartels. We have been misled away from the true and divine presence in the universe that men have called God. I don't know what God is, but I know what he isn't.
I mean, that is true, but that is true depending what he's calling God. I mean, to us personally, that is true. Yeah, definitely. It's to try and hide God and stuff like that. But it depends what he means by God, That's the thing.
And unless and until you are prepared to look at the whole...
And you guys, you know the score. If you need me to stop it and say something, just go for it.
Yeah. Sure.
Whole truth, and wherever it may go, whoever it may lead to, the more you educate yourself, the more you understand where things come from, the more obvious things become, and you begin to see lies everywhere. You have to know the truth and seek the truth, and the truth will set you free.
And the truth shall set you free if you have got the truth and the truth of Christ and truth of who Christ is. Absolutely, it will set you free. Not just any truth will set you free. The full truth, the truth of Christ will set you free. Not just any truths. It sets you free in that circumstance. Like, oh yeah, now I know the truth of that. I feel free. But the truth, the full truth, as in Christ, that will fully set you free. Acceptance of him.
It's really cheeky how these type of things they pick bits out out of the Bible and of Christianity. And that's a Bible quote. It's actually Mandela affected. It's now make you free. But anyway,
of course, yeah.
you know, that because people connect to that. That's a great line. Yeah, the truth will set you free. But what truth are you talking about?
Yeah. And people say it all the time. It's in movies, it's everywhere. And they say it when they act out, they say it in the style of a preacher. And the truth shall set you free, like it's a revelation type thing. So yeah, it's used a lot. It's used a lot. And same as like a lot of the wisdoms that people use nowadays, they don't realize they're actually quoting Proverbs or Psalms and something like that. They don't know it. Like I remember people used to say things like only fools rush in. And then you realize it's biblical. Only fools rush in where angels fear to tread. You know, it's crazy. Crazy. People use it and don't even realize.
Because I got to tell you the truth, folks. I got to tell you the truth. When it comes to bullshit, big time, major league bullshit, you have to stand in awe of the all-time champion of...
And it mad that this guy's completely atheist, isn't he? He's atheist or something. And he was in Dogma playing playing the priest. Yeah.
George Carlin.
Yeah.
Now,
that's him.
Just as we play through this, I've only just noticed this 18 years later. But as he rolls through this big time bullshit, and he's about to hear what he's about to say after this. I won't give it away, but see this spinning ball as he's talking about big time bullshit. He's going to talk about religion.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Got to reveal the method.
And while the bars are around the earth as well, you know, there's all sorts of kind of truth and symbology there. Truth in plain sight. Truth in plain sight. Hidden in plain sight.
False promises and exaggerated claims. Religion.
There you go. You're right, Luke. Exactly.
That's a religion. That was
as
a religion
the ball
we were
fades
looking
away.
at.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right.
Think about it. Religion has actually convinced people that there's an invisible man living in the sky who watches everything you do every minute of every day. And the invisible man has a special list of 10 things he does not want you to do. And if you do any of these 10 things, he has a special place full of fire and smoke and burning and torture and anguish where he will send you.
Okay, but you look at them 10 things and you tell me where people don't use that in their morality nowadays. Even if they don't believe in God, they still use that type of 10 commandments as a basis of their morality. I guarantee it.
Okay. And what he's also doing now, this is what everyone does when they're putting down Christianity. He's now conflating it with mainstream religion, mainly the Catholic Church, because this is why you're terrified as a Catholic, because holy shit, I've got my sins and I better get to confession or I'm going to go to hell. And because it's a works based. You got to do this, don't do that, or you go to hell.
And it's
trust in the priest. So he's saying religion, but he's conflating Christianity with mainstream works-based religion.
Exactly right. And it'll continue to be works-based because, I went and confessed this and then I did that. Oh, good. Then I sin again tomorrow and I've got to go and do it all again. Then I sin again.
You're getting saved, you're unsaved. You're saved, you're unsaved.
Yeah.
Talk about giving you a mental health condition.
Yes, exactly.
Not a mental health condition.
No. You don't know about them, babe.
to live and suffer and burn and choke and scream and cry forever and ever till the end of time.
Absolutely, Kim. Mockery is big time now more than ever. Yes, there's always been persecution, but now the mockery is insane. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But he loves you.
No, they don't. They never attack any other religion. Not in general. No, they don't. It's always Christ's name it's used. It's always to do with Christianity. It's usually pointed towards the Catholic Church, but that's what they think Christianity is. You know what I mean?
He loves you and he needs money. He always needs money. He's all.
The churches need the money, not God.
Yeah, exactly. Men need the money.
Exactly. God needs nothing. Nothing at all.
All powerful, all perfect, all knowing, and all wise somehow just can't handle money. Religion take.
Necessity is not a problem for God. You know what I mean? It's just people don't get this through their heads when they say that these type of things. Because some people will listen to this and literally think, I mean, he's a comedian in the background. We know what he's trying to do and all that. But some people will listen to it and actually think, yeah, God, it's God that's asking for the money. You know what I mean? Through these people.
I did.
God wants it. You know? Yeah. You did.
When
exactly.
I watched this back in the day, I was like, yeah, that's right.
Exactly. It's like it's a nerve. And I think with this, they knew what they were doing with this without a doubt. And hence why it's called Zeitgeist, spirit of the times. You know what I mean? Because that's what people are wanting to hear. You know?
Yeah, it's
Very billions of dollars. They pay
clever.
no taxes, and they always need a little more. Now, you talk about a good bullshit story. Holy shit.
Chilling would say that one.
You sound like PJ.
I don't hand it to her. She just takes it.
No, I don't.
So again. There we go. Greatest story ever told, eh? Again, over the globe earth.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
You know? Ooh.
This is the sun. As far back as 10,000 BC, history is abundant with carvings and writings reflecting people's respect and adoration for this object.
Wow. Helios, straight away. Sun worship.
Yeah, this is Peter Joseph who's narrating, and he's the director and producer of Zeitgeist.
Of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is simple.
How did you manage to get? I mean, for a copy, this is not bad. Most of the copies you see now are really, really, really bad.
Oh, there's a few. I had to go through a few to find the best one.
Yeah, it's
the first one I sent. First one I sent you was rubbish.
Yeah, it's like you can't even make out a person's face. It's just a flesh color and a shape.
Yes.
Simple to understand why, as every morning the sun would rise, bringing vision, warmth, and security, saving man from the cold, blind, predator-filled darkness of night. Without it, the cultures understood the crops would not grow and life on the planet would not survive. These realities made the sun the most adored object of all time. Like
The kind of it's still not of all time, but to a lot of people, the sun is still a worshipped object. They still do it in heliocentrism. I mean, I think it's more of a worship of a void than worship of Helios, but you know what I mean. It's all revolving around the sun.
Yep.
Really, what they're worshipping is an abyss of nothingness, not a vacuum of nothingness with a few sporadic planets here and there. You know what I mean? And all these billions and billions of stars, but not one of them are touching, or there's so much space between them. It's just beyond a joke.
Likewise, they were also very aware of the stars. The tracking of the stars allowed them to recognize and anticipate events which occurred over long periods of time, such as eclipses and full moons. They in turn cataloged celestial groups into what we know today as constellations.
Greg B, good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man. Derek, good to see you as well. Kim, good to see you. KK, good to see you. Lumpy and Plain and Simple Truth. Good to see you guys. And Greg, I think I said Greg.
This is the cross of the zodiac, one of the oldest conceptual images in human history.
Sorry, just that off topic as well. When I see this image, right, I could see a circle quartered, right? When I hear the four corners of the earth, that's kind of what I think of, the four quadrants. You know what I mean? If you split it up, I think of the four quadrants of the earth. So that's to me how you can get four corners on a circle.
Yeah,
you know?
correct.
That's what I see anyway. Anyway, that was off topic. It was just because I seen that image.
History. It reflects the sun as it figuratively passes through the 12 major constellations over the course of a year. It also reflects the 12 months of the year, the 4 seasons, and the solstices and equinoxes. The term zodiac relates to the fact that constellations were anthropomorphized or personified as figures or animals. In other words, the early civilizations did not just follow the sun and stars, they personified them with elaborate myths involving their movements and relationships. The sun, with its life-giving and saving qualities...
You know, if you think of things like the Nephilim as well, that centaur, that man-horse thing, could have existed. You know what I mean? Could have existed. I know they're mythological creatures, but do they get their ideas from somewhere, maybe? You know?
You know, what is also interesting about this is what it's proving, that these ancients thousands and thousands of years ago were seeing the same skies all the time.
Yes.
So it's actually proving geocentrism.
Absolutely.
You know, like their ideas that it was a fish or a scorpion or a virgin or whatever, that was, you know, mythical. But the stars have been the same for forever.
Exactly. And
so
they tell us
while they had pagan... Yeah, they had pagan beliefs, and we're going to see a lot about the pagan beliefs, and they're going to conflate that with Christianity. There's also truth to where they were getting that from in the skies.
Exactly.
They just didn't know that it was. They just didn't really realize what the Creator was then.
I mean, exactly. I mean, astronomy, no, not. I don't call it science at all. It's just observing, just looking. But they have observed
observation.
Yeah. They've observed it for a long, long time, and it hasn't changed.
It's exactly the same today. So
exactly.
Interesting.
I mean, yeah, the pyramids still point to them stars. Stonehenge has still got an alignment of some sort as well. You know what I mean? It's of course, never changing.
It's personified as a representative of the unseen creator or God, God's Son, the light of the world, the savior of humankind. Likewise, the 12 constellations represented places of travel for God's Son, and were identified by names, usually representing elements of nature that happened during that period of time. For example...
Lumpy, how you doing, man?
Hey, can I be heard?
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, good.
Hi, Lumpy.
Hey, hi. Can I ask the pastor a question? I just, it has to do with Jesus and...
The pastor?
Okay, so this is how I come to this, at least as a question. Jesus said that it says in the New Testament that he made himself less than. So, and if the name is Jesus and Father's an identity and he's a spirit, now why couldn't the Father make himself less than and then still have a glorified Jesus as the Son, but he was made of himself? Because if he made himself and Father's an identity in the name, the one name, right, is Jesus, then what other name would we have? We have attributes, but that's the question. And he said that he's one.
Okay,
that's it.
But who are you addressing? We haven't got any pastors in here.
I'm not asking you to like sacrifice a denomination or a church. It'd be something more for like a person who can hear that, I think.
No, I get you. There's no pastors in here.
Oh, I thought the pastor was on right now. I really want to ask our pastor that, because what do you think of that, PJ? And you don't even, you could say I believe the Trinity. That's okay, but what do you think of that?
You know, I completely believe the Trinity.
Okay, well then how about this? What if he made himself, what other name is there for God?
What do you mean? What
If it's one name. But he said in the New Testament, he made himself less than. So like, I don't really have that, right? I've never experienced, right? But
You're
what
coming
if
on
God,
with a completely different topic from what we're doing.
Yeah,
I know.
This is a big topic.
I don't think
we're
it's,
kind of doing.
I think it's a
I
question
know what
worth
you're saying,
consideration.
Lumpy. I know where you're coming from. You've been doing this a little while. I understand your question. You know I'm a Trinitarian, and
Well, why
yeah, I mean,
though? Well, I mean, PJ, the Holy Spirit would have been for us, and that's the helper. It would be through Jesus and from Jesus. But what other name does God have? It's the one name, right?
that doesn't matter. That one name doesn't stop a God being three personages.
Well,
And
you
talk
he
to them
made
about
himself.
the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. It's not
Yeah, but he made himself.
Right.
That would
okay,
be different than.
Hey, Lumpy.
He would still be himself, wouldn't he?
Lumpy.
This is a different
How can he make himself something other than himself?
Lumpy. This is for a different stream. This is a big.
Okay.
Honestly, I know. Look. Any other stream on the topic.
I'm bothered by it.
I understand your questions, Lumpy, but this is kind of like been in the in production for a while, not in production, so to speak, but we've been trying to get this out a little while and kind of try to stay on topic. And this will take it in a different direction. You know what I mean? But I understand where you're coming from.
Well, thank you. Okay, I didn't expect you to change that opinion. I just wanted to ask it that way because them three factors. It seems to me a reasonable conclusion. All right.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. My answer would be that one name doesn't stop a God being three persons.
He said he's one, and he made himself. I just think
in essence, they're one God. Yes, in essence, one. That's when he says, "Me and the Father." If you've seen the Father, you see it means one. I and the Father are one. It means one essence, one God, not one person.
Well, if he made himself, how could he be anything other than himself?
Anyway, a different stream, Lumpy.
Okay.
Sorry, dude. We need to get on with this. I'm not trying to dismiss what you're saying, but this has got to take a while as it is. Sorry, bro. Sorry.
Example, Aquarius, the water bearer, who brings the spring rains. This is Horus. He is the sun god of Egypt of around 3000 BC. He is the sun anthropomorphized in his life.
See that right there? I just took it off my arm. I didn't realize I've got Egyptian cotton pillowcases. Look, and the other day I just took this off my pillow because I realized it was there. Hold on, where am I? Yeah. Exactly what's on telly there. Look, it was on my pillow.
There you go. Eye of Horus.
Eye of Horus. It was on my pillow. I ripped it off. It was Egyptian.
How'd you buy that?
Didn't even know it.
How'd you miss it? Wasn't it on the wrapper or anything?
Well, I probably got the pillowcase from someone else. I probably got it from someone else.
Yeah. Okay. I hear you.
It was probably passed down or something. But yeah, mad. I noticed it the other day. I was like, no way.
He is the sun anthropomorphized, and his life is a series of allegorical myths involving the sun's movement in the sky. From the ancient hieroglyphics in Egypt, we know much about this solar messiah. For instance, Horus, being the sun or the light, had an enemy known as Set, and Set was the personification of the darkness or night. And, metaphorically speaking, every morning Horus would win the battle against Set, while in the evening Set would conquer Horus and send him into the underworld.
Is that why they call it sunset? Is the darkness.
It is important to note that dark versus light, or good versus evil, is one of the most ubiquitous mythological dualities ever known, and is still expressed on many levels to this day. Broadly speaking, the story of Horus is as follows. Horus was born on December 25th of the Virgin Isis Mary. His birth was accompanied by a star in the east, and upon his birth...
Right, you can already see where they're going to try and start going with the plagiarism with the Jesus thing. You know, that Jesus come from these type of stories. You know, you can already see where they're going with it.
Yep. And he wasn't born on the 25th of December. That's a Catholic thing.
Exactly. And then we realize where Catholicism comes from paganism. Yeah, there you go.
He was adored by 3 kings. At the age of 12, he was a prodigal child teacher, and at the age of 30, he was baptized by a figure known as Anup, and thus began his ministry. Horus had 12 disciples he traveled about with, performing miracles such as healing the sick and walking on water. Horus was known by many gestural names such as the Truth, the Light, God's Anointed Son, the Good Shepherd, the Lamb of God, and many others. After being betrayed by Typhon, Horus was crucified,
AJ?
buried for 3 days,
AJ?
and thus...
Go for it.
Yeah, I just want to answer KK in the chat. Yeah, we know, well, I know that most of what they're saying here is totally made up about these. They're going to compare it to all these deities. So yeah, we know that, and we're going to get this other debunking video, and they'll break it down how much bullshit is in this.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're aware of that, KK.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, that's the point of showing this part of it. And then there's the video tomorrow is a debunk of it. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So we're sort of debunking it on the run.
Yeah, we're just kind of watching. We're kind of doing a quick review of the part that they'll be debunking tomorrow on the video, sort of thing.
Resurrected. These attributes of Horus, whether original or not, seem to permeate many cultures of the world, for many other gods are found to have the same general mythological structure. Attis of Phrygia, born of the Virgin Nana on December 25th, crucified, placed in a tomb, and after 3 days was resurrected. Krishna of India, born of the Virgin Devaki, with a star in the east signaling his coming. He performed miracles with his disciples, and upon his death...
By the way, Sandro, babe, Lumpy, you can't stop and say anything about this if you want. Just tell me to stop. You know?
Oh, yeah, this is interesting for sure. But I thought that Horus was a god of the dead or horror or something. I thought it had some tie to horror, not the sun. That's new to me.
Oh no, I always knew Horus was to do with the sun. But yeah, you're probably right there as well. Horror. Lack of the sun is horror, eh? Hey, post anything. Good to see you.
Was resurrected. Dionysius of Greece, born of a virgin on December 25th, was a traveling teacher who performed miracles such as turning water into wine. He was referred to as the King of Kings, God's only begotten Son, the Alpha and Omega, and many others.
And then you've got the image there of 2 nails becoming a cross by the looks of it. Maybe it isn't 2 nails, it's just maybe just a cross, but yeah. And then it's got your Greek writing and that. Wow.
And upon his death, he was resurrected. Mithra of Persia, born of a virgin on December 25th, he had...
Is this a Statue of Liberty, maybe? You know? And he's got the Invictus, all of them. Is that to do with all of them? It's kind of the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Same hand positions, same halo, sun rays.
So many similarities with the pagans.
Of course. Apollo, all that.
The
12 disciples and performed
Pretty much, man. Pretty much.
Miracles, and upon his death was buried for 3 days and thus resurrected. He was also referred to as the Truth, the Light, and many others. Interestingly, the sacred day of worship of Mithra was Sunday. The fact of the matter is, there are numerous saviors from different periods from all over the world which subscribe to these general characteristics. The question remains, why these attributes? Why the virgin birth on December 25th? Why dead for 3 days and the inevitable resurrection? Why 12 disciples or followers? To find out, let's examine the most recent of the solar messiahs.
If you notice the music as well, the music tries to draw you in by being like, oh, this is going to get exciting. You know, listen to this. You know what I mean? It's
we
definitely
skipped exactly that. We skipped that first 8 minutes, but the 8 minutes is really pulling at the heartstrings.
Yeah.
Visions of war, and it really sort of builds you up.
Absolutely.
So people can watch it all on their own time, but yeah, it's very manipulative, this movie.
I'll put the link for this in chat if you want, guys, because this copy is really good. This copy is really good. I'll put the link in chat now.
Jesus Christ was born of the Virgin Mary on December 25th in Bethlehem. His birth was announced by a star in the east, which 3 kings or magi followed to locate and adorn the new Savior. He was a child teacher at 12. At the age of 30,
Can
he
I
was
get a pause?
baptized by John.
Of course you can.
Jupiter. Look it up. Jupiter was pointing out. Yep. Jupiter was. Yep. It was Jupiter. The wise men. The wise men. They were wise. I think I know why. They didn't. They gave gifts and they didn't kill him, and that made them wise.
Yeah.
John the Baptist, and thus began his ministry.
Erin, good to see you. Good to see you. And you, Jono.
I think they were told from the angels back in, like, something to get carried forward from the flood. I'm pretty sure, like, ancient knowledge, but the wise men didn't do what they were supposed to do. I'm pretty sure that's accurate.
Right. Got ya.
Jesus had 12 disciples, which he traveled about with, performing miracles such as healing the sick, walking on water, raising the dead. He was also known as the King of Kings, the Son of God, the Light of the World, the Alpha and Omega, the Lamb of God, and many, many others. After being betrayed by his disciple Judas and sold for 30 pieces of silver, he was crucified, placed in a tomb, and after 3 days was resurrected.
It's even the way they're saying it, the Lamb of God, the King of Kings, just like flicking through it, like being not flippant about it. Yeah, he's King of Kings, he was this, he was that, he's called this, called that. But it's bollocks.
And you'll notice the footage they're using is from obviously the most awful,
old movies that
just really average with color added in.
Of course.
They pick the worst quality
I'm so grateful I'm not this guy that made this derogatory toward Jesus stuff. Oh my Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
Me too.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you're not as well.
Oh God, thank you, Jesus. I love you.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
And ascended into heaven. First of all, the birth sequence is completely astrological. The star in the east is Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky, which, on December 24th, aligns with the 3 brightest stars in Orion's belt. These 3 bright stars in Orion's belt are called today what they were called in ancient times, the 3 kings. And the 3...
Yeah, KK, that's why I said it. They only attack. That was the whole point of being flippant, just racing through these names, because he does get called these things, without a doubt, but it's scriptural. That's why he gets called one.
Hey, PJ, I have a question. Did you know that there's a Roman that wrote about the darkness from Jesus' death? So that's actually another actual. It was a general or something, and it was his. So it's actually quantified.
Is that something? Do you remember the movie The Robe? Was that not maybe something that was maybe that story was taken from? It was about a Roman.
No, when Jesus died, the sun went dark.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
A Roman general wrote about it, so it's outside the gospel.
Right, okay,
It's really Theodosius or something like that. It's something people don't know, but it's available. It's worth. I thought it was worth mentioning. I felt like mentioning it.
Absolutely, I'll have to check out that.
Definitely look into it. It might be worth sharing with people.
Oh, definitely. Nice one, movie.
Kings and the brightest star, Sirius, all point to the place of the sunrise on December 25th. This is why the 3 kings follow the star in the east, in order to locate the sunrise, the birth of the sun. The Virgin Mary is the constellation Virgo, also known as Virgo the Virgin. Virgo in Latin means virgin. Virgo is also referred to as the house of bread. and the representation of Virgo is a virgin holding a sheaf of wheat. This house of bread and its symbol of wheat represents August and September, the time of harvest. In turn, Bethlehem, in fact, literally translates to house of bread. Bethlehem is thus a reference to the constellation Virgo, a place in the sky, not on Earth. There's another very interesting phenomenon that occurs around December 25th, or the winter solstice. From the summer solstice to the winter solstice, the days become shorter and colder. And from the perspective of the northern hemisphere, the sun appears to move south and get smaller and more scarce.
Which there's no such thing, by the way, guys.
Yeah, and also this whole premise is built and lining up all of the deities and all of this pagan stuff here.
Yeah.
With the you got to assume that Jesus was born on the 25th of December, which it's common knowledge he wasn't. So this all falls over.
Yeah, of course.
The Catholic Church changed it to the 25th of December for this to line up with the solstice.
Of course.
That's a big holiday for them. So it's to keep all of their pagan people happy. You've already got a big holiday, this pagan holiday of the winter solstice. Let's just make his birthday the 25th of December.
Exactly.
So all of this falls over.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely, 100%.
The shortening of the days and the expiration of the crops when approaching the winter solstice symbolized the process of death to the ancients. It was the death of the sun. And by December 22nd, the sun's demise was fully realized. For the sun, having moved south continually for 6 months, makes it to its lowest point in the sky.
Not sure about that one, Derek. I've heard that the 3 wise men who followed the star to the birth of Christ were schooled with teachings from the prophet Daniel. Don't know if it's true, but that would be cool. It would be cool. I don't know how true it is. But I mean, I think were they not skilled men anyway, weren't they? I mean, they're wise men, so I presume they'll be skilled some sort.
Here a curious thing occurs. The sun stops moving south, at least perceivably, for 3 days. And during this 3-day pause, the sun resides in the vicinity of the Southern Cross, or Crux, constellation. And after this time, on December 25th, the sun moves 1 degree, this time north, foreshadowing longer days, warmth, and spring. And thus it was said,
1 degree.
The sun died on the cross, was dead for 3 days,
Yeah,
only to be resurrected or born again.
This is that what's his name's garbage. Yeah, that's that. What was his name? That.
Oh,
fat
you mean
dude
I know
was
what
like-
you're saying. Yeah. He was like,
Yeah.
I thought he was coming flaxes.
No. Well, he was an acolyte of his. Yeah, he did the song. Yeah, he did this. He was an acolyte of his, but the older dude, remember back? Like I was done with him in a moment. But yeah, this is some dumb stuff right here.
That's what we're saying. It's dumb. Is it just me, or is Lumpy a bit volume a bit high than everyone else?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll back the mic off a little. Is that better?
I'll tell you. It seems.
I just had.
I'll turn him down a little bit. 2 seconds. I'll turn him down a little bit. It seems not too bad.
What sort of cult talks about it like this? Because it's like, why would it be common to hear like?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Is this premise?
That's
is
what
this
we're saying.
Rosicrucian?
We're disagreeing with it, Lumpy. We're
disagreeing.
Oh, for sure. I mean, but where's this come from?
Where this comes from, Lumpy. Let me summarize it for you.
Yeah.
What these guys are doing, they did this 18 years ago, is they use all of this pagan stuff to line it up and say, hey, look, Jesus born on the 25th of December, like all of these other deities, and it's just like this pagan ritual. But we know that the 25th of December being Christ's birthday was something made up by the Catholic Church to keep the pagans happy so they could still have their holiday.
Yeah.
So it's total bull. It's total rubbish.
Of course it is.
And that's why we're debunking it, because I took the bait 18 years ago. I was like, I was an ex-Catholic and I was really right to be deceived by this.
Oh, I know. I hear you, bud. Yeah, it actually is absolutely wonderful to become to understand the manipulation within the Catholic Church. Yeah, I feel you.
Definitely. But yeah, like some Billy Carson, a lot of Carlson, and all that talk about things like this. And more, you know, the amalgamate.
But this isn't Catholic. 3 days, the sun is the sun, you know, like the sun in the sky and the sun,
No,
like,
but Lumpy,
like,
it's
originally-
paganism. It's paganism, and Catholic Church, 90% of it is based on
from that.
paganism.
Yeah.
So that's where they're getting it. And ironically, this is probably put together by Jesuits. This movie.
Yeah.
Really?
So it's just total gaslighting.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
throughout the whole movie, there was lots of truth in it, but for a reason, as you can see, a lot of people fell for it, like Luke did. I mean, I loved this movie, but when it came to the Jesus part, I was like, what are they doing here? It really gutted me when I got to the Jesus part. I was like, what? What's going on?
Yeah, you can't be this wrong and be right ever, even.
Exactly. I just thought it's something that they're mistaken about. You know, I'll give it a buy sort of thing, but no, of course, it was they had an agenda behind it.
This is why Jesus and numerous other sun gods share the crucifixion, 3-day death, and resurrection concept. It is the sun's transition period before it...
Okay, baby, you're going to go lie down. You got cramps and that.
Is this Eric DeBay?
No.
Right.
All right. Are you going to lie down?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. What, are you leaving the studio, or are you just going to...
No, I'm going to leave the studio. I'll be
All
watching.
right. You okay, though? You okay?
Yeah.
Make sure you watch, though.
I'm going to you, weirdo.
All right, baby.
Love you. Bye.
See you, Vicky.
Bye.
shifts its direction back into the northern hemisphere, bringing spring and thus salvation. However, they did not celebrate the resurrection of the sun until the spring equinox, or Easter. This is because at the spring equinox, the sun officially overpowers the evil darkness, as daytime thereafter becomes longer in duration than the night, and the revitalizing conditions of spring emerge. Now, probably the most obvious of all the astrological symbolism around Jesus regards the 12 disciples. They are simply the 12 constellations of the zodiac, which Jesus, being the sun, travels about with. In fact, the number 12 is replete throughout the Bible.
Yes, it is. So,
coming back to the cross of the zodiac, the figurative life of the sun, this was not just an artistic expression or tool to track the sun's movement. It was also a pagan spiritual symbol, the shorthand of which looked like this. This is not a symbol of Christianity. It is a pagan adaptation of the cross of the zodiac.
certainly isn't, and we don't want it to be either.
This is why Jesus in early occult art is always shown with his head on the cross, for Jesus is the Son of God, the light of the world, the risen Savior who will come again, as it does every morning, the glory of God who defends against the works of darkness, as he is born again every morning and can be seen coming in the clouds, up in heaven, with his crown of thorns.
2 seconds, guys. I'm gonna leave this to play. I've got a phone call from my son's social worker. Hello.
Horns or sun rays. Now, of the many astronomical metaphors in the Bible, one of the most important has to do with the ages. Throughout the scriptures, there are numerous references to the age. In order to understand this, we need to be familiar with a phenomenon known as the precession of the equinoxes. The ancient Egyptians, along with cultures long before them, recognized that approximately every 2150 years, the sunrise on the morning of the spring equinox would occur in a different sign of the zodiac. This has to do with a slow, angular wobble that the Earth maintains as it rotates on its axis. It is called a precession because the constellations go backwards rather than through the normal yearly cycle. The amount of time it takes for the precession to go through all 12 signs is roughly 25,765 years. This is also called the Great Year. And ancient societies were very aware of this, and they referred to each 2150-year period as an age. From 4300 BC to 2150 BC, it was the age of Taurus, the bull. From 2150 BC to 1 AD, it was the age of Aries, the ram. And from 1 AD to 2150 AD, it is the age of Pisces, the age we are still in to this day. And in and around 2150, we will enter the new age, the age of Aquarius. Now, the Bible reflects, broadly speaking, a symbolic movement through 3 ages while foreshadowing a 4th. In the Old Testament, when Moses comes down Mount Sinai with the 10 Commandments, he is very upset to see his people worshiping a golden bull calf. In fact, he shattered the stone tablets and instructed his people to kill each other in order to purify themselves. Most biblical scholars will attribute this anger to the fact that the Israelites were worshiping a false idol or something to that effect. The reality is, the golden bull is Taurus the bull, and Moses represents the new age of Aries the ram. This is why Jews even today still blow the ram's horn. Moses represents the new age of Aries, and upon the new age, everyone must shed the old age. Other deities mark these transitions as well, such as Mithra, a pre-Christian god who kills the bull in the same symbology. Now Jesus is the figure who ushers in the age following Aries, the age of Pisces, or the 2 fish. Fish symbolism is very abundant in the New Testament. Jesus feeds 5,000 people with bread and 2 fish. When he begins his ministry walking along Galilee, he befriends 2 fishermen who follow him. And I think we have all seen the Jesus fish on the back of people's cars. Little do they know what it actually means. It is a pagan astrological symbolism for the sun's kingdom during the age of Pisces. Also, Jesus' assumed birth date is essentially the start of this age. At Luke 22:10, when Jesus is asked by his disciples where the last Passover would be, Jesus replies, "Behold, when ye are entered into the city, there shall a man meet you, bearing a pitcher of water. Follow him into the house where he entereth in." This scripture is by far one of the most revealing of all the astrological references. The man bearing the pitcher of water is Aquarius, the water bearer, who is always pictured as a man pouring out a pitcher of water. He represents the age after Pisces, and when the sun, God's son, leaves the age of Pisces, Jesus, it will go into the house of Aquarius, as Aquarius follows Pisces in the precession of the equinoxes. All Jesus is saying is that after the age of Pisces will come the age of Aquarius. Now, we have all heard about the end times and the end of the world. The cartoonish depictions in the book of Revelation aside, the main source of this idea comes from Matthew 28:20, where Jesus says, "I will be with you even to the end of the world." However, in the King James Version, world is a mistranslation, among many mistranslations. The actual word being used is eon, which means age. I will be with you even to the end of the age, which is true, as Jesus' solar Piscean personification will end when the sun enters the age of Aquarius. The entire concept of end times and the end of the world is a misinterpreted astrological allegory. Let's tell that to the approximately 100 million people in America who believe the end of the world is coming. Furthermore, the character of Jesus being a literary and astrological hybrid is most explicitly a plagiarization of the Egyptian sun god Horus. For example, inscribed about 3,500 years ago on the walls at the Temple of Luxor in Egypt are images of the Annunciation, the miracle conception, the birth, and the adoration of Horus. The images begin with Thoth announcing to the Virgin Isis that she will conceive Horus, then Neph, the Holy Ghost, impregnating the Virgin, and then the virgin birth and the adoration. This is exactly the story of Jesus' miracle conception. In fact, the literary similarities between the Egyptian religion and the Christian religion are staggering. And the plagiarism is continuous. The story of Noah and Noah's Ark is taken directly from tradition. The concept of the Great Flood is ubiquitous throughout the ancient world, with over 200 cited claims in different periods in time.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, no, it was my son's social worker. He's in a special school now, isn't he? So like, because he's autism and that. I keep getting emails from the school saying he's fine, he's doing well, and then I'm hearing from his nan he's not doing well. He's peeing himself. He's not eating. He still doesn't talk. After 3 years, he hasn't spoken a word. Mute again. But then now his social worker's phoned me and he's in hospital. He's in hospital because he's not eating. He's not eating.
Oh.
Yeah, the school, yeah, they've took him to hospital because he's not eating. He's losing weight. He's 9 already told me this, that he's losing weight. You know what I mean? And they keep giving me, the school keeps giving me emails, and the general gist of the emails is he's doing well. He's getting on with things. He's eating. Sometimes it says he's had a trouble this week, maybe eating a little bit, but the general gist of it, he's doing well and he's getting on okay. And the thing is that they took him from a certain medication, they took him from lorazepam down to diazepam. I don't think he's ready to do that yet. They need to put him back on lorazepam. Not that I agree with medication, but in his case, he needs it at the minute without a doubt. It's the only thing that's been helping. You know what I mean? I'll keep praying to the Lord, obviously. He's not got,
Yeah.
I'm going to pray for his salvation. But his understanding of the Lord's going to be non-existent at the minute, especially coming from someone that's on the spectrum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of prayer sort of thing. But yeah, sorry about that, guys. Sorry, I missed a lot of it. Was there anything needed to be said or anything that I missed? No. So I think we've got about 10 minutes left of it before.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
So
Getting
then,
through it.
so then tomorrow we can go straight on to the debunk, if that's all right, because that'll bring us up to the 2 hour mark pretty much. So there's no point in starting the debunk today, is that? When we get a full day out of it tomorrow, but we'll finish it tomorrow, guys. But I think this has been good so far. Yeah, thanks, KK. Thank you very much. He'll be okay. I know he will. I mean, these things kind of keep happening. He goes back and forth. But the point is, I know it happens with them. But the point is, the school have been telling me that things are fine because I don't get to see him now because he has to actively say yes to seeing me. And he just doesn't say yes to anybody now. He doesn't say yes. He has to nod his head or write down yes. So nobody's seeing him except his nan and his step granddad. You know what I mean? Sort of thing. Not even his mum. He won't see his mum. He refuses. He shakes his head at her. With me, he just doesn't say anything. So before, at one point, that meant yes. But to them at the school now, he has to actively say yes. If he says nothing, that means no. So it's one of them. But they keep telling me he's fine. I don't know. It's one of them. I just have to keep praying. But thanks, guys. Thanks. Bless you. But we'll just get on with it. He'll be good. I'll leave it to the Lord, man.
However, one need look no further for a pre-Christian source than the Epic of Gilgamesh, written in 2600 BC. This story talks of a great flood commanded by God, an ark with saved animals upon it, and even the release and return of a dove, all held in common with the biblical story, among many other similarities. And then there is the plagiarized story of Moses. Upon Moses' birth...
The Bannock said it right there. Then there's the plagiarized story of Moses. Wow. The plagiarized story of Moses. Come on, man. I mean, yes, Jesus is the set of our faith, without a doubt. But Moses is a very, 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 very big part of it with the Old Testament and the Ten Commandments and stuff. So, they're going to say that a big event like that in scriptural history, biblical history, is going to be plagiarized, isn't they?
Said that he was placed in a reed basket and set adrift in a river in order to avoid infanticide. He was later rescued by a daughter of royalty and raised by her as a prince. This baby in a basket story was lifted directly from the myth of Sargon of Akkad, of around 2250 BC. Sargon was born, placed in a reed basket in order to avoid infanticide, and set adrift in a river. He was in turn rescued and raised by Aki, a royal midwife. Furthermore, Moses is known as the lawgiver, the giver of the Ten Commandments.
Yeah, Derek, absolutely. Absolutely. Without that. Derek says, some may think I'm a little quirky in my faith. Everybody's got idiosyncrasies. Don't worry about that, Graham. Hey, Graham. Derek. I don't know why I said Graham. Wow. Though, because PJ is a believer, I do believe his boy has a spiritual protection too. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Well, I would go one step further and say that all children or people who have got mental impairments where they may have the same mental abilities as children, I think they're all protected because they don't really have the ability to accept Christ.
Yeah, so, I agree completely. It's like a baby being newborn.
They get a pass.
Yeah, it's like a baby being newborn and then something happening. Of course, the baby gets a pass. You know what I mean? Doesn't know anything. Yeah, I get you. Absolutely, I agree with that.
But that's scriptural too.
Yeah.
The Mosaic Law. However, the idea of a law being passed from God to a prophet up on a mountain is also a very old motif.
Babe, if you missed it, just come back on StreamYard for a second. I'll tell you. I'm not going to type it. It was because I got a phone call from Kenzie's social worker. So come back in StreamYard and I'll tell you. There's no point in me just texting it, babe.
Hey, just a quick one.
Moses is just another lawgiver.
Go for it, bro.
Just a quick one. Do you know what? Just go back a second.
Yeah.
Do you know what Moses? You know what Moses is holding up there?
Oh, hold on. It's a bit far.
He was later rescued by a daughter of royalty and raised by her as a prince.
I'll get that. It's not
this baby in a basket story was lifted directly from the myth of Sargon of Akkad.
I can't see what I'm flicking to. You know what I mean? I can give you like the time mark on that back.
Rescued and raised by Aki, a royal midwife. Furthermore, Moses is known as the lawgiver, the giver of the Ten Commandments, the Mosaic Law. However, the idea of a law...
That one.
So what's he holding up there?
Ten Commandments, isn't it?
Yeah, and what's it on?
It's on a tablet, not a table.
Not anymore. He brought tables down.
Tables. Yeah.
It's a Mandela effect. That's so crazy. That's so crazy, that one.
Bazza, if you're in the chat, Bazza, you've got to count that one because I didn't spot that one. That was Luke. So if you're in the chat, that's one to Luke. Bazza does it as well. Every time I'm doing something, he says, "Well, it's the first one of the day, PJ." And I'm like, "What?" And then he reminds me. I'm like, of course.
Being passed from God to a prophet up on a mountain is also a very old motif. Moses is just another lawgiver in a long line of lawgivers in mythological history. In India, Manu was the great lawgiver. In Crete, Minos ascended Mount Dicta, where Zeus gave him the sacred laws. While in Egypt, there was Meses, who carried stone tablets, and upon them the laws of God were written. Manu, Minos, Meses, Moses. And as far as the Ten Commandments, they are taken outright from spell 125 in the Egyptian Book of the Dead. What the Book of the Dead phrased, "I have not stolen," became "Thou shalt not steal." "I have not killed," became "Thou shalt not kill." "I have not told lies," became "Thou shalt not bear false witness," and so forth.
Right. So from someone saying "I won't do this" to being "You shall not do this."
And he did, and he only mentioned 4 as well. So forth. Well, tell us the other ones, Peter.
Yeah, where did they come from?
And you know what? It's not too hard to believe that people did actually have some morals a few thousand years earlier, and they might have thought it's not a good thing to kill someone, or it's not a good thing to lie someone. So
exactly.
You know.
Exactly. Nah, well spotted. But babe, no, my social worker. I was no point in typing it. My social worker. I thought you'd probably seen. Social worker called, so I had to go and talk to her. And Kenzie's in hospital for not eating and stuff. So they took him to hospital. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The emails keep telling me he's fine. They might turn around and say, "Oh, he had trouble this week with eating, but then he's fine by the end of the week." But the general gist of the emails is he's fine. You know what I mean? I told her that. She says, "Is there anything you want me to tell the doctors?" I'm like, yes. He's on diazepam when he should be back on his lorazepam. It's the only thing that seems to be helping at the minute. And I says, I want to know why that I'm being like he's going to his nans and peeing himself and not eating, but then I'm getting told he's fine. You know what I mean?
Well, he obviously ain't fine because he's
No,
ended up
exactly.
back in hospital.
No,
I sat on the chair and I nearly effed it backwards.
What do you mean you nearly effed it backwards?
Effed it backwards on the chair.
What do you mean?
When I sat on the chair, I nearly went backwards.
Why?
I have no idea.
But that's it anyway. So he's in hospital. She's got to keep me updated.
Well, let's hope they do.
No, Fatma's got to keep me updated.
They should anyway.
I know. But she's saying to me, no, hold on. She's saying to me, instead of you just getting the emails from men, I'll send emails to you as well saying what I think. You know what I mean? Okay, Sam.
No, but all this time, like it's ridiculous, and like for him having to say that he wants you to go and see him when he hasn't spoke for over 2 years now.
2 years.
But yet you had to sign paperwork for him to go there in the first place. Like, to me, it makes no sense. You have to have PJ had to have a check done to make sure he could go and see his own child. Like, to make sure
I'm trying to go and see him. It's just he has to actively say yes.
No, I know, but remember when they had to do a thing on everyone, like checks to make sure that they were safe to see him. But yet you were the one that had to sign for him to go there and for them to be able to get medical treatment for him and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
It's a contradiction.
I know. It'll get sorted. I'm just praying, babe. You know what I mean? It'll get sorted. But that's why I shouted Jane, just so I can quickly tell you.
Have you messaged Jane?
No, not yet. I will do, babe. I'm trying to do the stream.
No,
she'll know as well. She'll know as well, but I'll tell her.
No.
Cool.
Love you.
That's why. I love you too. Baz, definitely. Bazza, that'd be cool. But I, babe, that's why I called you, so I could tell you rather than type it. Right, Bazza says maybe one day we'll have to go through my Mandelas. That'd be cool, man. Come on and tell it. Make a stream out of it. That'd be cool, man. There it says, here it is. Acts 16:31, and they said, "Believe on the Lord Jesus Christ, and thou shalt be saved. And thy house," thy word house also means family. Absolutely, of course it does. Well said, Derek. Nice one, bro.
In fact, the Egyptian religion is likely the primary foundational basis for the Judeo-Christian theology. Baptism, afterlife, final judgment, virgin birth, death and resurrection, crucifixion, the Ark of the Covenant, circumcision, saviors, Holy Communion, Great Flood, Easter, Christmas, Passover, and many, many more are all attributes of Egyptian.
It wouldn't stop for some reason. Bloody wouldn't stop.
See all those things he's going through? All of those are pagan stuff. None of that crucifixion, Easter, circumcision is not Christianity. And did you see what he was sneaky? He put that phrase you always hear, the Judeo-Christian, No, we're not the same.
No, definitely not. They
Oh
always
my
do it. They always do it. Oh, with all Abrahamic faiths. No, it's not the same thing.
Ideas long predating Christianity and Judaism. Justin Martyr, one of the first Christian historians and defenders, wrote, "When we say that he, Jesus Christ, our teacher, was produced without sexual union, was crucified and died and rose again and ascended into heaven, we propound nothing different from what you believe regarding those who you esteem sons of Jupiter." In a different writing, Justin Martyr said, "He was born of a virgin, except this in common with what you believe of Perseus." It's obvious that Justin and other early Christians knew how similar Christianity was to the pagan religions. However, Justin had a solution. As far as he was concerned, the devil did it. The devil had the foresight to come before Christ and create his characteristics in the pagan world.
Fundamentals of
Christianity, fascinating.
All fun when it comes to the devil, and little nice cartoon and that. When it comes to the devil, you know what I mean. But when it comes to Christianity, it's always scary music and this is the truth. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And he cherry picked one historian that Jesus, whether you believe he's a savior or he's God or not, he's a historical figure. So what they're doing now is they're denying that he existed.
Yeah. So he's not even a historical figure, which has already been proven. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's archaeological. I mean, it's written down. I mean,
he's a real man.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all over the place.
He's a real man. It's just whether you believe he's God or not. But historically, he existed.
Yes, without a doubt.
Mainstream.
Oh, who just dropped out there? Sandro. His phone probably heated up.
These people actually believe the world is 12,000 years old.
I don't.
I
think it's less. I think it's no more than 10, probably about 7. That's what I think.
Actually asked one of these guys.
We're getting a bit of PJ.
Yeah.
This is a good part. We're going to get a bit of Alex Jones stand-up comedy now.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's from bloody hell. It's been a while since I've seen this.
Or fossils. He says, dinosaur fossils? God put those here to test our faith.
Straw man.
And it does.
I think God put you here to test my faith, dude.
The Bible is nothing more than an astrotheological literary hybrid, just like nearly all religious myths before it. In fact, the aspect of transference of one character's attributes to a new character can be found.
I get you, Sando. I just thought your thing might have heated up. Yeah, exactly, KK. Devil wants to copy and invert, without a doubt.
Found within the book itself. In the Old Testament, there is the story of Joseph. Joseph was a prototype for Jesus. Joseph was born of a miracle birth. Jesus was born of a miracle birth. Joseph was of 12 brothers. Jesus had 12 disciples. Joseph was sold for 20 pieces of silver. Jesus was sold for 30 pieces of silver. Brother Judah suggests the sale of Joseph. Disciple Judas suggests the sale of Jesus. Joseph began his work at the age of 30. Jesus.
What? So you mean Jesus was plagiarized from the scriptures that he's in and talks about? Is that what he's you're really equating Jesus saying he's plagiarized from scripture when it's in scripture? You know what I mean? That's an argument and a half, that one, isn't it? An overshadowing of Christ is now plagiarism of Christ. Wow.
You know, what's interesting, you may have seen this on Sov's channel a couple of times, is he talks about where the descendants of Judah, like the tribes and all that, and that it's the descendants of Joseph who are the Israelites, not the descendants of Judah who are the Jews.
Yeah.
So it's interesting they're bringing this story up. I'm not sure if I got that exactly right.
No, you're probably right. I mean, it's been spoke about quite a lot lately, but
Joseph is one of the 12 brothers, 12 tribes.
Of course,
that's right.
Began his work at the age of 30. The parallels go on and on. Furthermore, is there any non-biblical historical evidence of any person living with the name Jesus, the son of Mary, who traveled about with 12 followers, healing people and the like? There are numerous historians who lived in and around the Mediterranean, either during or soon after.
I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a difference there as well, because Joseph was one of the 12. So it was 1 and 11. Jesus is 1 and 12.
Point.
You know what I mean? 1 and 12. So there's a difference there completely.
After the assumed life of Jesus. How many of these historians?
KK said it. KK said it. Joseph was one of the 12 brothers. Exactly.
Yeah, he didn't have 12 brothers.
No, he was one of them. Yeah.
document this figure? Not one. However, to be fair, that doesn't mean defenders of the historical Jesus haven't claimed the contrary. 4 historians are typically referenced to justify Jesus' existence. Pliny the Younger, Suetonius, and Tacitus are the first 3. Each one of their entries consists of only a few sentences at best, and only referred to Christus or the Christ, which in fact is not a name but a title. It means the Anointed One. The 4th source is Josephus, and this source has been proven to be a forgery for hundreds of years. Sadly, it is still cited as truth. You would think that a guy who rose from the dead and ascended into heaven for all eyes to see.
Aye, Graham. Like yourself, man. Good to see you, Gadget.
And perform the
Again with the silly Jesus videos. Yeah.
It's mocking.
Yeah, of course. Of course it is. Because everybody looks at this now and say, yeah, it was really artistic in the day. But
it was
really
just
silly, though.
Just some really bad play.
Yeah.
Some kids, it's concert.
Nativity. It's might as well put it down to a nativity.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wealth of miracles acclaimed to him would have made it into the historical record. It didn't, because once the evidence is weighed, there are very high odds that the figure known as Jesus didn't.
No, he probably doesn't. He probably doesn't at all, KK. They've got an agenda that doesn't understand what he's talking about at all. Well, to that degree, anyway.
Not even exist.
The Christian religion is a parody of the worship of the sun, in which they put a called Christ in the place of the sun and pay him the adoration originally paid to the sun. Why would you adore something that was created rather than the creator?
It's a contradiction of terms. There's no such thing as the Christian religion.
No, exactly.
Christianity, belief in God the Savior, but religion is mainstream religion. That is are all spin-offs.
Yeah, and that's what they want you to. And they even said that it's a parody. It's a joke. They're just
conflating. They're conflating works-based mainstream religion with Christianity, like they always do. That makes it easier to mock and easier for mainstream to go, yeah, what a joke.
Exactly.
Crazy Christians.
Exactly. And they put it in there, look, parody. Try to make fun of it. Blooming hell, Graham. Bus pipe. No way, dude. No way. What a pain in the butt. Nah. I wouldn't like to be you just now.
What's happened? Did Graham have a really bad... You have a really bad curry or something?
A really bad curry. Yeah, his pipe's burst. It's all over the place. The hell house is flooded. It's full of cake. No, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. No, it's not good. It's not good. It is a pain in the ass when them things happen, man.
We're about to hit wet season here. We have flooding issues like you wouldn't believe.
Oh. Is it still warm, though, when it's wet?
Oh, yeah. It doesn't get cold.
Yeah,
it's actually very humid, and raining seasons will start in about the next few weeks.
Wow, man. I don't know if I could deal with that, dude. I have to get some kind of cold air on me at some point.
Don't worry. We pump the aircon pretty high at night. Don't worry about that.
Oh, yeah. It's got to be done. Thomas is a pain.
We don't want to be unkind, but we want to be factual. We don't want to cause hurt feelings, but we want to be academically correct in what we understand and know to be true. Ooh. Christianity just is not based on truth.
Jordan.
We find that Christianity was in fact nothing more than a Roman story developed politically.
The reality is Jesus was the solar deity.
Yeah, to a certain extent.
It was a half-truth. It was political. It was the Romans. But it wasn't their story. But they used that story for political reasons.
Yeah, of course.
But it was historical, not made up.
of the Gnostic Christian sect. And like all other pagan gods, he was a mythical figure. It was the political establishment that sought to historize the Jesus figure for social control. In 325 AD in Rome, Emperor Constantine convened the Council of Nicaea. It was during this meeting that the politically motivated Christian doctrines were established. And thus began a long history of religious blood.
Wow. See, he's mixing truth with lies.
Exactly. To mix the both in, you know what I mean? The people who see the truth.
Yeah, Christianity was really popular, even though they were getting killed, they were being persecuted, and they decided that let's co-opt this and take control of it, but we will mix paganism with Christianity, so it's 90% paganism and 10% Christians. We'll keep the Christians happy and we'll keep the pagans happy, and it will be out, and we'll use it as control. So clever how they're mixing, you know, falsehoods with actual stuff that did happen.
Yeah. So that's how you gatekeep, isn't it? That's how you gatekeep.
Shed and spiritual fraud. And for over the next 1,000 years, the Vatican maintained a political stranglehold on all of Europe, leading to such joyous periods as the Dark Ages, along with enlightening events such as the Crusades and the Inquisition.
See what they're doing?
Yeah, having nothing to do with modern day Christianity at all. Well, followers of the way, because they were not followers of the way who did them things.
Yeah, so the average person watches this and just goes, yeah, Christianity's so bad, because they just conflate it with the evil deeds of the Catholic Church.
Exactly. Which were evil deeds, without a doubt. But that's not Christianity.
Christianity, along with all other related theologies, is an historical fraud. These religions now serve to detach the species from the natural world, and likewise each other. They support blind submission to authority. They reduce human responsibility.
Religion can never reform mankind because religion is slavery. I agree. Absolutely, 100%.
To the effect that God controls everything, and in turn awful crimes can be justified in the name of a divine pursuit. And, most critically, it empowers the political establishment who have been using the myth to manipulate and control societies. The religious myth is one of the most powerful devices ever created, and it serves as the psychological soil upon which other myths can flourish.
Yes, absolutely. See, like you say, what he's saying there is absolute fact.
Yeah.
But what he's attributing it to is not.
No. It is genius. If you want to control a certain amount of the population who are open to the truth, but you only want to show them a certain amount of truth, there's another hour of this movie and it's so good. Like in 2007, like I was just wow. Like they're going to talk about 9/11 and the fractional reserve, central banking, and all that sort of stuff. But at the time, it was just wow. You know,
I loved it. I mean, I didn't see it till later. I didn't see it till well after 2007, and I thought it was an ace when I seen it. Till I got to the Jesus bit, I was like, I give it a buy because of it though. I said, they just got that bit wrong. The rest of it, I'm fine with. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I think he's got about 2 minutes left on this. A minute.
A myth is an idea that, while widely believed, is false. In a deeper sense, in the religious sense, a myth serves as an orienting and mobilizing story for a people. The focus is not on the story's relation to reality, but on its function. A story cannot function unless it is believed.
Hi, Sandro. It's usually goes something like, who's your dues, man? Are they eye chopping? And you'd say, aye, pecking awa, pecking awa. That's kind of the response. You'd say, who's your dues? Are they aye pecking? Or are they aye chapman? Who's your dues, aye chapman? And he's, oh, Graham said it. Aye, pecking loon, or pecking awa. Something like that. It's usually the older folks that said it, though. Me as a loon, I never said it. It's something my parents or my granddad would have said. Hey, Roger, good to see you, man. Comes in at the end, as usual. Now, good to see you, bro. Second part will be tomorrow.
Believed to be
the debunk tomorrow.
True in the community or the nation. It is not a matter of debate. If some people have the bad taste to raise the question of the truth of the sacred story, the keepers of the faith do not enter into debate with them. They ignore them or denounce them as blasphemers.
It is wrong, blasphemous, and sinful for you to suggest, imply, or help other people come to the conclusion that the U.S. government killed 3,000 of its own citizens.
There you go. The world's a stage, which it is, but that's it, guys. That's it. So, yeah, we'll get the... But that's it, guys. Ooh, why is that come on? Oh, that's to you. That's it. I can hear you, YouTube. Yeah, so the debunk tomorrow, which is, let me, if you guys, I'll get the link for you that Luke gave me for the debunk. I've already downloaded it, but here's the debunk link, guys, if you want to have a look at it beforehand. It's up to you.
Hey, Roger.
It's up to you. This is what we're watching tomorrow. This is the debunk of it. So, yeah, that's it. That's the section you told me to show. Yeah, you think it's obvious what was going on there, isn't it? For us now. But like you back in the day, it was like, no, yeah, I understand. It spoke to you, and it's understandable why it speaks to people because there's a lot of truth in it. A lot of truth.
You know what like KK was bringing up in the chat, and it's one of the things that helped me get saved as a Christian and come to Jesus, is that I got really stuck into this idea of the truth movement, and I'm finding out all this information, and the common theme that kept coming up with the bad guys, the elite, the controllers, is their number one enemy is Christ. It's not Islam, it's not Judaism, it's not Buddhism. They always target Christ and Christianity.
That's it.
And that just gives me like strength in my faith that we're on the right side. And
absolutely. Yeah. Hey, Derek.
Hey.
How you doing?
Doing well.
Derek.
Hey.
Hey, Ryan.
Greetings, brothers.
Hey, Rhino.
And yeah, I was hoping to hop on real quick to talk to Roger, or at least tell him this. Because a few weeks ago I asked him how far away from Loveland, Colorado he is, because my aunt got injured last month in March from one of her horses. And I had gotten wind of it, that she could use some help at her kind of ranch. And but after talking to my aunt's sister, she brought it to my attention that I was actually the one that they were considering to actually fly out there and help. So all of a sudden I'm like, okay, what's going on? Because at first I was just going to ask for Roger, if he's nearby, if he needed some extra hours for work or something. I was just trying to feel that out. But ever since I heard that they wanted me out there, they're still not calling me. I'm left on an edge somewhere, just wondering what they're thinking.
Got you. Well, Roger's in chat. Did you hear that, Roger? What does he mean, 40 minutes? 40 minutes what?
That's how far away he is from Loveland.
Oh, 40 minutes. Right. Okay. Got you.
Mm-hmm. Which
so,
is
really,
it's not that bad.
Right. Got you. Well, he is hearing you. He's hearing you anyway. Yeah, Ryan, good to see you as well, man. Good to see you. Just come in at the end there, though. Good, man. It was good. That was a good little stream. Good little stream. Glad we went through that. But it's so obvious now. But back then, like I said, when I first seen it, and it wasn't in 2007 I seen it, but later, I just gave that bit. It was like, wow, when it got to that bit, I was like, yeah, I've got to talk about Jesus, sort of thing. But no. And I was like, no, how can they be saying this? The rest of it is so good. And obviously, through the rest of it, yes, there's truth in it as well. But there's still an agenda there, of course, when you look back at it. When we've been through what we've been through, especially with Flat Earth, other things, you can definitely see it now. But other people will still bring Zeitgeist to you and say, look, this is why Jesus doesn't exist. Or is not true. You know, they'll still bring that to you. Mad, isn't it? But yeah, that was good. That was good. So I'll play out with a song of some sort. Actually, let's just play this guy one more time. And then I'll play out with a song. Luke gave us the Trump mimic. He's really good. He's really good. But there you go, Roger. Better get a plane ticket, Derek. That's what he said. Better get a plane ticket.
Is he?
Oh, Derek phased out just as you were saying that.
Sorry,
There
I
you
just
go.
had a phone call. No, but
Oh,
yeah,
is that what it was?
that would be cool if I could get out there. It really would.
Definitely. Right, so where's this guy? Where is it? Where is he? I downloaded him in here. I've already done him twice. There he is.
We're bringing Columbus Day back. It's so back. We love Christopher Columbus. They want to take him away from us. The radical leftist woke mob, Antifa. They want to take him away from us, but he is so great. I love him. The Italians love him, even though he's from Spain. He's from Italian. I don't know where he's from. But he is so great. He invented America. He got in a little boat. He paddled in his little boat, and he found America. He thought it was India. He was very confused, but he was so great. And he was brilliant, by the way. He made very good deals with the people there. He made very good deals. He said, I will kill all of you, or you can leave. I think that's a great deal. I like that deal. It sounds so great, and he was so brave. And he brought back smallpox in little blankets, just like RFK Jr. is doing. He's doing a great job. And we're giving smallpox blankets to everyone, by the way, because it's fair. And you know what? You look at the illegal immigrants coming into our country, and they kill people, and they're violent. But not Christopher Columbus. He killed everybody equally.
That's what I said as well, Sandro. Was this the guy who was in songs? But he even when he's doing the impression, he kind of gets the eyebrows and all that kind of right. The way he's talking, expressing himself. Doesn't look like him, of course, but he's getting the eyebrows and the gestures, the small micro expressions right in the face. Really good. Really good. Like it. Right, nice one for that, Luke. So we'll get the debunk tomorrow, man. Debunk tomorrow. I'll put the link in for you guys if you want to see it beforehand. That's the one we'll be using. So same time tomorrow, guys. We'll do the debunk to that part of the Zeitgeist.
Good stuff.
So nice. Let's play out with Harry Mack then. But yeah, nice one, Luke, for that topic. It's been great.
Thanks, mate.
Been
Thanks
great.
for having me.
Love it.
Good night, all.
Not a problem, dude. Not a problem. Bless you, man. Right.
You too.
Harry Mack. Where are you? I did one the other day and I didn't. Is it this one?
Hey, what's good, man? That's a really cool mic.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Oh,
thank you, man.
Killer hat. What the frick? That's such a freaking cool hat. City of Edge. Dude, I'm jealous. I wish I had a hat.
Wow, you're the nicest person ever, man. Thank you so much. How you doing?
Good. I'm just chilling, man. It's just...
That's what's up.
I got my Baja Blast. I can't be mad when Baja Blast is on. Like,
dude, if you got a Baja Blast and you're complaining, like that's not even.
You're a bad person if you're complaining while drinking Baja Blast. That's just calm.
Could I do a freestyle for you?
Yeah, let me do this.
Oh, okay, tight. So, but let me get like some creative words from you to incorporate into my freestyle.
Okay. Let's see. What's an idea that comes into my head?
Exactly.
Chlorine, like.
Chlorine, like chlorine?
Chlorine, yeah, chlorine, my bad, yeah.
Okay, no, you're good. All right, chlorine. Let me get like at least two more.
Let's see, let's do asphyxiate or asphyxiate?
Asphyxiate?
Yeah, asphyxiate.
Oh, asphyxiate. Oh, kill. Oh, it's like choking somebody.
Yeah, sure.
Kill someone by depriving them of air. Just something light, something fun.
Yeah.
Asphyxiate. All right, chlorine, asphyxiate. Let me get one more.
Let's do, and then we can just do like propane.
Propane. All right. Oh, yeah, these are good. All right, chlorine, asphyxiate, and propane.
What's wrong with this guy? chlorine, asphyxiate, and propane. I mean, is he going to choke someone to death? You know what I mean? Use the chlorine, then he's going to asphyxiate them, then he's going to get high in propane. Gas them out.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, man, let's get it. Yeah. Okay, I get busy when I'm rocking on the scene. Mac is a freestyle fiend.
Oh yeah, Vicky's downloading that. She has to do it through Google Drive, Ryan. So she's doing that. So when it comes to your side, I dare say you're gonna have to download it, Ryan.
Every single lyric that I spit too clean. Sanitize, I'm like your pool water from chlorine. Yeah, it's H-Mac, y'all know the deal. I ain't faking when I'm rhyming, man, I'm always for real. But I'm deeper than the pool, I hope y'all get the notion. Deeper than the deep end, deeper than the ocean. Deeper than Deep Space Nine. Every time he speaks, it's flying out his face in his prime. Next level lyricism every time I smash.
No, Roger, he wasn't thinking of a pool party, he was thinking of a Diddy party. That's what he was thinking of.
The homie said he's sipping on that Baja Blast, so he can't complain, cause that doesn't add up. Yo, when I rhyme, I'm delivering this mad stuff coming off the tip of the mental when I rap. He said, dog, I like your mic. He said, yo, that's a dope hat. Most complimentary person I met on the internet. When it comes to freestyles, Harry Mack has been a threat. I'm about to take it further cause I rock so well. I blend flavors like Baja Blast from Taco Bell. They knowin' the deal. Yo, I'ma spit it great, so get it straight. Yo, I obliterate all my competition when I'm in the sickest state. I choke the instrumental, y'all. I asphyxiate. Yeah, I take the air away. I had to learn the definition. I keep spitting bars till my final breath of living. I got you freaking out with lyrics that I speak about. I be on the stronger, they be on the weaker route. I'm breaking it down, the craziest sound, I come off top with mine. Yo, I keep on moving cause they couldn't stop my rhymes. Improvise on stage like Bill Evans and Miles Davis when I rock in wild places. While we talking jazz, yo, I improvise like Coltrane. Ill type of freestyles that could leave your soul slain. I remember back in the days I was a no-name. Now I spit saliva that be more lit than some propane. Yeah, H-Mac spitting the gas. Yeah, every time I rhyme, I be leaving you smashed. Next level, I'ma slam it with the hammer. Peep the way that I maneuver. Compared to these rappers, my flow is smoother. Okay, when I heard them spit, I said they wasn't ill at all. Speaking of propane, I'm outside grilling y'all. Yeah, they said this kid is murder. Turn the propane up. Harry Mack is flipping burgers, stacking up like a cheeseburger, melting them down. I came through to excel with the sound. They can tell I'm profound. The beat ends, acapella to finish. I got the dope freestyles that could not be diminished. Let's go, 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 go.
Let's go, 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 go. There you go. Done, done, done. Thank you, Graham. You were just flicking back. You heard me mention my boy. Nice one, dude. Nice one. I'm sure it'll be all good. Yeah, it'll be good. Just keep prayers. Keep them in your prayers, not man. They just should be telling me more about it, you know, and rather than just saying, "Oh, he's fine, he's good, he's doing well," when he's not. You know, simple. Then I know what to pray about because I can't get to see him, obviously. There you go. There you go. Nice. Bless you guys. Like I say, thanks to Luke for this topic, and we'll be doing the debunk tomorrow, so that should be very interesting. See you the same time tomorrow, guys, and thanks for
Looking
being
forward to it.
Too right.
Thanks,
Bless you
mate.
guys. Thanks for being here. Everybody, Hear the Sunset's free. It's free.
Indeed.
Ta-da.